Hello, this is the Secret Garden Story, Chapter 12, the last chapter in this story. I'm going to talk about it, and then I'm going to share a summary of the new word or vocabulary in this chapter, and identify them and put them in the sentence to make it easier for save it or store it in your mind. So let's begin now. Mr. Craven, now living in Europe, and he looks sad and bring the sadness everywhere he went. As a dark of clouds, it's come with him. Every people didn't like him because he's very unhappy and in a bad tempered man, and some people think he's a half of mad man. So one day he was sitting in the valley valley. He was sitting in the valley looking for the flowers, and suddenly he felt happy for the first time from 10 years ago. So he didn't know what's happened to him. He just felt like that, and he went back to home in Europe. So when he was asleep, he dreamed by his beautiful woman. He called him, Kevin, come in. And then he tell her, who are you? And she tell him, I'm your wife. Come in. And she asked her, where am I have to come in? And she answered him, you have come in for the garden. And then he wake up. When he wake up in the morning, he remembered the dream. And he remembered what she told him in the garden. And she felt worried about his son in Yorkshire, in London. So, after some day or week, he received a message from Mrs. Medlock. She told him, come immediately to London. There is something important. But she didn't tell him the reason of why she want him to come for London. Then he take the couch and then train from Europe to London. He get back for his house, and then he entered into his house and meet Mrs. Medlock, and he asked her about his son, and she replied, your son is changed. I don't know what's changed really, but I think sometimes he's healthy and sometimes he's not. Sometimes he's eat all his dishes, and sometimes he returns it back without eating it. He always go out from the house with Mrs. Mary on a wheelchair and return in the afternoon or in the night, from morning to the night. I didn't know what they are doing, and then he asked Mrs. Medlock, where I can find him right now. She tell him in the garden. When he heard that word in the garden, she remembered his wife in the dream. When she told him, I'm in the garden. So she went immediately and fast as he could for the garden, and he looked around and he think, how could anyone get into the garden? I locked it and buried the key under the soil. So he went on walking and wandered for the garden until he reached for the door of the garden. He saw the climbing planet over the door, but he heard a laughing and people talking and kidding together. He thought, am I get mad or was. I heard something into the garden. Suddenly, a tall boy with a straight back come out from the door, and he stopped in the same location and stared at him, surprised. And Mr. Craven was surprised too. Who? What? Who are you? And the son was Colin. Oh, my father? He was really surprised. Both of them was surprised because he saw his boy get out from his room, walked on his leg, without crook leg, without scream, under the sun shining. So all this was surprising for his father. So he was really surprised about that. He shocked when he saw him. So he tell him, I know you don't believe that, my father. I don't believe it myself. How could you believe it? So Mrs. Kervin take his son and walk into the garden and tell him to talk and discover and explain all what's happened for him. And Colin explain and tell him this is what happened to me because of my cousin Mary, Mrs. Mary, and Deacon and his mother, and the magic. Yeah, the magic. And then they get out from the secret garden. It's not a secret after a little. And then they walked for the house together without the wheelchair. And Mrs. Medlock and the servants, Martha and all the other servants, was upstairs in front of the door of the house, looking and shocked by what they saw in front of their eyes. It was Colin with the straight back, without crook leg, and walking on his leg, and his father, Mr. Craven, has a smile. They didn't saw him smiled from 10 years ago, and beside them was Mrs. Mary and Deacon. They are both walked into the house, and they was really happy together. And the summer nearly coming. And the secret garden didn't was secret from this moment. It was not a secret. There's not any secret. And the garden opened, and they have a better, pretty, lovely life together. And this is the end of this story. I hope to feel happy to listen for this story. Thank you for listening to me. I'm going to share the summary of the new words for this story and what kind of vocabulary I'm learning from this story. Thank you all for listening for me. This is Muhammad, and this day is exactly 2025 here in the sixth month, day 26. I think 27 June 2025. Goodbye. I hope to see you in the other chapter in level 5.